Hello, Sailing Tubers. That's all I got today. And welcome back to a new Let's Play with me, BlueAnkylo. Friends of the channel may remember some time ago we streamed. This is also a stream into Let's Play kind of game. Some time ago we covered Uncharted Waters 1 for the Super Nintendo, which was a fun game that I played as a kid, and a little bit simple, I suppose. But there is, of course, the sequel, Uncharted Waters 2, New Horizons, for the Super Nintendo as well, with upgraded graphics and multiple storylines and more mechanics. It's probably a little bit harder, a little bit more complicated. There's some relatively annoying rock, paper, scissors mechanics that I'm not a huge fan of, but we'll talk about that when we get there. The Twitch chat sort of voted on various characters to start our series with. I don't know if I'm going to cover all 6 exactly, but I'd like to cover like 2 or 3 of them, depending on how much fun we're having at some point. So we're going to start with Pietro, as it turns out, because he's kind of got a cool story, looking for treasure and stuff. And we'll probably try Catalina later, because we also had a lot of votes for the pirate. So once we're a little bit more familiar with the game, maybe we'll go with pirating. And I don't know, maybe we'll do like Ernst or something later on, because the cartographer story is kind of cool too. I mean, there's 6 different stories, and they're all pretty neat, so there's definitely advantages to each of them. We need a pirate Ankylo emote. Yeah, I can make a little eye patch, or add a little parrot on one of them or something. His cartographer friend, Mercator, known for making maps. And then there's Ali. I think Ali's the only one. Like, I've tried out most of these stories long ago. I think Ali was the only one I didn't like all that much. And it's not because he's Turkish, it's just I thought his story kind of was lame. Merchanting. Ugh. Look, who likes merchanting? It's like you want me to sail to Japan and sell them guns or something. We'll talk about that later. And then there's Otto. He just wants to defeat the Spanish, which is a noble goal. He just sails back and forth. It's go to Japan, sell guns, buy gold, sail back to Portugal, or Istanbul, I suppose. Sell gold, buy guns. I'm simplifying it tremendously, but you know, there are certain routes of trade that make a lot of money. And we'll experiment with some different things, basically. So anyway, let's get started here. That was the intro. New game. And we're starting with Pietro. And of course, with all these interesting names from around the world, don't expect me, I'm going to pronounce them terribly. I don't really know Italian or Portuguese or, I don't know, is Turkish the name of the language? Might be something that's probably Turkish. Am I going to make Pietro rich quick? No, we're probably going to run out of money and die, because I'm probably not going to cheat. So we'll see how it goes. So, do we want to we could give him a new name. Not too many letters, but looks like you got a first name and a last name. We got Old Man. Could be like Old Ankylo. Could be Broke Ankylo. That's what this is all going to be about. Yeah, I think we're going to go Broke Ankylo, actually. Sorry, chat. I'm like... Yeah, I know Harrison Ford. That sounds cool. That's pretty good. But I think Broke Ankylo is better. Blackbeard. Well, we're not going to be a pirate, probably, for this guy. His family name, of course, is Ankylo. He's part of the Ankylo family. He got himself a Let's Play. This makes room for, in the future, Pirate Ankylo and... Kill Spain Ankylo. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's totally fine. Broke Ankylo. Hey, see, he thinks it's a cool name, everybody. Age 33. Man, I feel old. Italian adventure that's in debt. Posh Ankylo. There you go. Maybe we can rename halfway through the game. The jobs from the guild haven't helped me to make even a dent in my debts. I wonder when Camillo will give me an answer. So, there's one thing that's different about Uncharted Waters 1 and 2. Is time in towns is not frozen. It follows an AM/PM system, and time does go by as you shop and travel around. Can't you repay your debt yet? Sorry, just give me a little bit more time. This is the perfect first character to play as. The broke character with no money. That's great. When can you repay your debt? This was the library. Literally the library. I know it's not actually a library, but it's the book building. They came out and they're like, give me your money. So yeah, the library's mad at us. Clearly the shipbuilders are mad at us. Did you cheat me out of my life savings? Probably. I can't deal with this. The harbor will give me some shelter. I'm a bad Ankylo. The library cops are after him. Ahoy there, broke! You know, I wouldn't mind seeing some of that money you owe me. I want to pay you back, really I do, but I don't have any. I know it's not your fault, being burdened with the debts of your father, but I need to get my money back from someone. That leaves only ye, my friend. Aye, sir. Once I hear from Camillo, I'm sure that I'll be able to pay you back. Just give me a little more time. I sent him a letter asking for help a while back, so I should be hearing something soon. Are you talking about the Camillo that went to work for Duke Franco in Lisbon as a merchant sailor? That mate's in town right now. So Duke Franco is like the key to the story. Booty Spankylo. That's pretty good. Yeah, Duke Franco is like key to the story. Really? Aye, broke. I saw him walking towards the cafe. Really? Hey, I just might be able to pay you back sooner than I thought. So who's taking bets on how much money we're about to get from Camillo? Also, now we can actually walk around and talk to people. We got a Governor General. If you've just started sailing, you can gain experience and fame quickly by signing up for easy missions. So let's have a quick look at our... Oh, there's the map. So we're in, maybe Venice? It's hard to tell on the map. You can't zoom in or anything. Good thing we've got an actual map this time around. We got a port information. Wrong button. Always wrong button. So you can learn about different ports and stuff if you care. It's actually quite nice that all this information is in here, but we're not going to be using this right now because, you know, it's not going to help us. But you can look up port info where they are. You know, that's nice. What else can we look up? We could just end game, just quit. Can we, like, speed? We've already got movement as fast as it goes. Okay. Isn't there... Oh, here we go. That's the button I was looking for. So yeah, there's stats. There's all kinds of stats. Character info. There we go. So, broke Ankylo. We are loyal to Italy. We've got level 4 sailing or navigation, level 1 combat. The big number is your level. The smaller number is your experience points. And the bottom left, there's up to 5 skills you have, which you use for various important things. And if you bring, I think you can learn new ones as you rank up and do quests and stuff. But you can also recruit other captains that come with other skills that you might be missing. The skills on the right, or the attributes on the right, I forget them all exactly. I think the flag is for leadership. The anchor is generally like navigation. The book is like learning or something. They will all have different effects depending on what we're trying to do. The sword is probably like personal combat. The fist is probably ship combat. And then the heart is, I'm assuming, some sort of life HP kind of stat. I don't know. We'll figure that more out as we go. I'm not going to go look it up right now. But yeah, it keeps track of your friendship with all the various factions. You get fame in terms of trade, piracy, or combat. And the bottom one is like... what do they call it? Like finding treasure or discoveries. I think it's discoveries. Trade, combat, and discoveries kind of thing, basically. So there's multiple ways to get famous, which is new from Uncharted Waters 1. We have no ship, right? 0 ship, 0 cargo. There you go. The booty skill next to the rum skill, yeah. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've played, so I'm not, like... I kind of wasted my time here. I did not mean to go into this one. We'll go to the cafe, though, don't worry. But yeah, every time you go into a building, you lose a little bit of time. So if you're really trying to save turns, you kind of got to go quick. So cafe, I believe, is the coffee shop or beer shop, whatever you want to call that. And the music is charming in this game. I love it. Comrade Camilo from Russia. Ahoy there, if it isn't broke. Camilo, it's great to see you. When did you get back? I know this is sudden, but I have a favor. I don't have any money, so don't waste your breath. That was cold. Aren't we friends? Of course. I don't have any money, but I've got the next best thing, a sponsor. Are you serious? And who is this sponsor? The Duchess Franco. In Lisbon, she hired me. And when I told her about you, she offered to become your sponsor too. She's everyone's sponsor. Really, that would be just the thing to save me from my debts. And finally, my chance for adventure. Aye, won't it be exciting? Two wild and crazy guys cruising the seas, the high seas even. Sounds great, but even if she does give us money, we won't get very far. With all my debts, how much is she offering? I don't know the amount exactly. But she said she would take care of your debts too. Pretty nice lady. Aye, though it sounds too good to be true, she's being too nice to us. There's got to be a catch. At least he's not totally dumb. Well, mate, what's it gonna be? Will you stay or will you go? A chance for adventure or debtor's prison? Ah, it's easy. Let's get out of here. Good. I got a ship, but I'm leaving you in charge as captain. All right, then. I think I'll call her the Falcon. Sure, we'll leave it like that for now, but you can rename it to ships. In the first game, we had chat renaming all the ships, of course. That was where the original ball pit came from, of course. Not bad. Unfortunately, we don't even have enough money to buy extra provisions, so we better not make any detours. Well then, let's head straight for Lisbon. You should head southwest and swing up around the Iberian Peninsula. Of course, it's easiest to use the autosail command. Boo! Autosail! We sail via the stars. So at least they give us a little ship right off the bat, right? Alright, let's look at our ship. We got one ship. It's the Falcon. You can have up to 10 ships, which is pretty good. We got, let's see. It's a Caravella, so there's all kinds of new types of ships in this game compared to the last game. So, it's the Caravella Latina, I believe would be the full name of it. And it's called the Falcon. We are the captain. So some of the stats are pretty important there. So, the helm, I guess, would be the one with the 10. That's like how fast you move. 5 for the telescope, or not telescope. Look, names, I'm so bad with words, but the eye scope, the video viewer, optovision. It that's like how far you can see for visiting people, visiting other ships, or fighting other ships, or talking to them. Cannons 5, we'll probably just sell them. I guess maybe the clock with the arrow might be your actual movement speed. But I feel like it's tied to your navigation speed as well, some way. It says we have no cannons equipped, so there's probably no cannons to sell anyway. I'm not sure why there's a 5 cannon skill. Look, we'll figure the game out as we go. But we've got 20 water, 20 food, no wood for repairs, no cloth for repairs. 90 turn speed in combat, 75 movement speed, 27... That's probably hull strength for, like, storms and stuff. And then 60 out of 120 barrels of barrels of rum, that is to say. 1055 is your crew. Oh, right! So we've got 20 crew. 10 are on navigation, 5 are on sightseeing, and 5 are on combat. So we can move the 5 from combat over to sailing, right? Yeah. Okay. And then the morale is 100 out of 100. That's the way it works, yeah. Probably reassigning crew was the next thing I was going to check anyway, so we'll get there. Assign crew. Yes, so we have no cannons anyway, and if we get into combat, we're just going to die or run away. So I generally seem to remember mostly going something along these lines, because you want to go fast, right? Gotta keep the scorpion in the deck. So there, by changing that, we get theoretically a bit more navigating. We'll be a little bit less good at spotting cities and people, but we don't have anyone fighting anyway, so it's fine. Alright, so that's a good thing to do. We're not going to mess around with rations right now. But if you're in a real pinch, you can reduce that and lower morale. And that's about it, right? We've got no goods. We've got food and water, but nothing else. And I don't think we have any money or anything, right? So there's really, like, no... Oh, we can actually have a look at Camillo. That's a good point. So Camillo here, he's got the trading skill. The merchant skill, whatever you want to call it. So that might come into use. You remember there being a bonus for using more crew than the minimum needed. Probably, but I don't know the exact difference. So anyway, we got myself and one other. That's fine. But yeah, I've got 0 gold and 0 gold bars, so we couldn't even afford to buy... Like, you might think, well, you're going to travel all the way to Lisbon. Maybe you should buy something to sell when you get there, but we got no money. Let's just go sailing. Broke, we'd better hurry up and see the Duchess. We can sail for 10 days. I'm just going to use save states to save time, but yeah. In case we get lost. Alright. So if we look at the map, you can see where we are. We actually didn't start in Venice. We started in, like, Genoa or something. So that saves us a little bit of time. You could use autosail, but autosail's for chumps. We're going to sail like real men. Let's see. There should be a button. There's the lookout button. You can, if you don't remember your geography, you can check cities like that. When we're in an unexplored area, we will want more people on lookout so that they spot cities for us. You know, because you won't know where the cities are until someone spots them if you've never explored the area. You can also check like other fleets. It's the Italian battle fleet, the Vittorio Doria. Sometimes they'll tell you they're pirates or something like that too. Alright, so that is Seville, or Seville. Also, we found Ceuta, why not? Even with 2 people on lookout, we were able to find that one. But yeah, we're not going to Seville because the Spanish are bastards. We're going to Lisbon, or Lisboa. Welcome to the capital of Portugal. Alright, so we're supposed to meet the Duchess. We really don't have any money for anything else. We could talk to some people. The place to hire a crew is the cafe. But you can only do it once per day. Hey, you're a trader, aren't you? Rock salt's the specialty of this port. Yeah, whatever. Let's go just go to the... Actually, this might not be the Duchess. This might be like the king. Commoners are not permitted. Remove yourself from the premises. Alright, I think it's... Yeah, the coat of arms with the eagle thing. Do enemy ships look different? I mean, they'll have bigger ships generally, but it's hard to tell just by looks. Hey, look, it's Marco. How nice to see you again, Sir Camillo. Walk right this way. The Duchess is waiting for you. Pirate ships have oars? It's just the type of ship. I mean, I think I've seen pirate ships with that weren't in a row, whatever the name of that type is. Fella, what game did you just buy? You're an addict. You must be broke. Thanks for asking. Thanks for paying off my debts. You must be broke. I'm glad you were able to make it. I've heard a great deal about you from Camillo. I expect he has informed you that I plan to assist you in your adventures. He also said that you would clear my debts. Blood and gold. At least it's not Sea of Thieves, right? And that all I would have to do is sail around discovering amazing things and report back to you. That's correct. And when you find a village, I would like you to disembark and search for rare items. And if we don't find anything, we should befriend the villagers and they might help us. Come on, lady. Every adventurer knows that. What do you think? I'm stupid? My apologies. Also, go to jail. You're in debt. Listen to me. Like, seriously, she's about to save us. I don't know, Camillo. We couldn't ask for a better offer. And that makes me think there's something she's not telling us. Right in front of her. Broke, that's an insult to the Duchess. 1,000 pardons, milady. Don't think anything of it, Camillo. Broke, you're a very perceptive man. Actually, I do have one thing I require of you. Come closer. My husband, Leon, sent my only son, Joe, off on a long voyage the other day. I'm sure there was a good reason for it, but I just can't stop worrying about my son. Are you saying you want me to be your son's bodyguard? Sorry, I'm not about to waste my time babysitting some spoiled rich kid. Look, she's paying you to babysit some spoiled rich kid. You're being paid for your services, sir. You've got the wrong idea. I just want to know whether he's all right or not. So, you want me to spy on him a little bit and then let you know how he's doing, if you please. If that's all, then we accept your offer. Thank you. Here's the money, and I will take care of your debts. $5,000. I will reward you for each report you give me, depending on the importance of the information. I'm also giving you a telescope and a sextant. Come closer indeed. My husband, Leon, used them a long time ago when he sailed the high seas. Your husband, Leon's no longer around, right? Is that what you're telling me? Thanks for the sextant from your husband. Thanks, these'll really help. As any seafarer knows, good thing you didn't give him to your son before he went off. If I look through the telescope near a shore, I'll be able to see if there's any ports or villages. With the sextant, I'll be able to, yeah. Please make sure my son is alright. Don't worry about a thing. Leave everything to me. Well, since everything's settled, we'll be off. Ciao. Alright. So we got a little bit of money. What do we do? What do we do first? We gotta be careful here, because we don't have a whole lot of gold. And we've only got the one ship with 20 crew. Probably need to buy some food and water before we go out. Let me have a look at our... on the wrong page. There we go. So we've got... Let's see here. Yeah, we've got lots of room for food. We're at 10 out of 80. Buy some guns and snipe the coastal villages. I don't think we can afford that. I wonder what the minimum... Does anyone know what the minimum crew size is for a Caravella Latina? Because if I'm going to go village hunting right off the bat, I'd rather have fewer crew. And then we need to find some rivers and go find some villages that are easy to find. That might be work. I don't really want to play, like, the trading game unless we're playing as the trader. Guns, guns, and more guns. This is why you guys wanted me to play as the pirate. Just so you could watch me lose at rock, paper, scissors. So I'm thinking... 8 or 10? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Why don't we do a little bit of science here? See, I've got a telescope. And if you're exploring the rivers, you don't need a lot of people on lookout, so you might only need like one person to do a little bit of looking. Pillaging the villages is probably not the plan just yet. We can't unassign crew from here. Transfer crew. Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. So let's... I'm just going to put a save in here. We're going to try... I'm going to try 8. That's not enough. See, we're below the navigation. We'd be going at slower speed there. So it looks like you need 10 people on navigation. I think you need... I think according to the way that thing is read, if we have 10 people working the navigation... Well, it keeps assigning them stupidly, but... There you go. Yeah, if you have 10, then you move at full speed, I think. I'm not going to worry about, like, silly ways to make money. You can also reduce rations to 90%. That sounds good. So I think I'm going to leave one person on whatever, scouting, and then 10 people. So I just think we're going to go with 11. If this doesn't work, you know, it's fine. We will dismiss some men, because then the food lasts longer. And I don't know why... one person is working on fighting, but... There. What? No, that is not okay. Stop trying to... Okay, this is weird. I don't think I've ever had this problem where I couldn't get people off of the fighting one. What if we go, like, 90... Oops. Okay, I'm confused now. Let's force it to 1%. Yeah. This shouldn't be this hard. I want 0% on cannons. Come on, guys. I guess, see, we want 10 out of 11. That's like 91% or something like that exactly, right? There. How does 9% turn to 0 and 0% turn to 1? Math was different back in these days. Let's try 92. Like, what if I go 0.8? Of course, then they don't work the other way around. This is unusual. I had 0 people on cannons before, right? I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay. Maybe what they were doing is they were transferring from the existing and then it was like getting stuck. So let's switch to that. And then now that we're at 0 on cannons, if we switch to a perfect kind of loadout. Dang it! Who did the math for this game? I mean, I feel like 90-10 should probably do what I want, but nope. Is there any way we can force them not to work on the cannons? 99 and 1. Nope. As soon as there's a leftover rounding, they just mess it up. Like, do we need anyone on lookout? Can we just not have a lookout? They still put someone on Okay, well, that's a good thing I saved it, because we're gonna go with 12 crew then instead. Because I'm tired of messing around with math that doesn't work. So there you go. Perfect. Alright, so now we're gonna buy some supplies, and we're gonna get out of there. There are lots of cool things we can do in town, but for now I kind of want to like get the game moving. If you have 0 lookout, you'll never detect ports. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. You need at least 1, right? And then you just need to sail right beside it. I don't want to recruit anybody. I don't want to go gambling. We don't really have the money. Would it be worth trying to install a cheap figurehead on our ship, maybe? It might be. If there's like a 2,000 gold figurehead, it lowers the chances of storms and bad events, I think. And it's at the shipyard. So let's just find out if this is something we can do here in Lisbon. Ah, you don't know much about ships, do ya? This old sea dog's navigated for 40 years. I could give you some advice. All right then. First of all, you must decide whether to build a new ship or buy a used ship. A new ship will be custom built to please you. The model, material, equipment, and everything will be just as you demand. But building a vessel is an expensive, time-consuming task. Although you may not want the ideal vessel, you may want to opt to buy a used ship. They're less expensive and ready to use. Either way, with your own ship, you'll be a true limey. But to get back to the story, the model of the ship determines the capacity. Ships that hold a large crew and many guns will have limited cargo space. If you want a vast hold to carry many goods, keep minimum space for crew and guns. Remember these things when you buy a ship. Good luck. Alright. Just want to see figurehead on the Falcon. Alright, he's got like all of them. So I think it's like 1,000 gold each, give or take. And... oh no, that's too much. We're not going to spend all of our money on a unicorn. I was wrong. What about a Commodore? I'm willing to spend 2,000 gold on a figurehead that might help us. There we go. We got an amazing Commodore figurehead. Alright. Now, is there a way to save some load capacity on it? Because right now, we got all these spare bunk beds. How many bunk beds? Well, we've only got 12 crew. We don't really need any more. Let's just go with 12. And we don't really want guns at the moment. Look at all the extra cargo space. Alright. That cost a little bit of money. But now we've got a figurehead. We've got a little bit more space for food. We'll be able to sail longer. I think this will work. Oh yeah, we can also change rations down to 90%. Wow, Broke, I can't believe you were so blunt with the Duchess. I broke out in a cold sweat just listening to you. Sorry, royalty makes me nervous. By the way, whereabouts is this Joe guy? Don't ask me, how should I know? Ah, never mind, we don't really need to find him anyway. We'll just make up stories to tell the Duchess. Ah, that's great. Yeah, I saw him. He was down in Seville, just flirting with the girls in the bar. Yeah. And then this one time, I saw him in London, and like he was partying. He bought his crew some food, and yeah, he's a great guy. Bought a round of beer for everybody. What, are you crazy? Don't you even feel the slightest bit of responsibility? Ah, don't worry. Let's just get this adventure underway. What do you have in mind? Why don't we go check out the Nile? That's not bad. That's where I was going to go anyway, actually. The Nile? Well, then we got to go all the way to the deep Mediterranean and the port of Alexandria. It's not that far away. But if that's what you want, Captain, then let's batten down the hatches, trim the jib, and set sail for Alexandria. I figured the Mediterranean rivers would be the safest to start with anyway, so it's fair. Ahoy there, Swabby! Maybe I'm wrong, but you has the look of an unseasoned sailor. If you'd like, I can teach you the ins and outs about commanding a ship. Then hear my words as I tell you the secrets of smooth sailing. First, you need a hardy crew to handle the ship. You can find and hire some able-bodied seamen in a cafe. Next, you need a good supply of food and water for your crew. You can get food and water at a harbor. Lastly, you need a captain for each ship. You'll be at the helm of your own flagship, of course. But if you have ships beside your flagship in your fleet, you'll need a captain to steer each of those. So you may want to start looking for cafes and lodges for trustworthy mates to sail with you. In short, as long as you have crew supplies and captains, it'll be smooth sailing. Aye, it's as easy as shooting fish in a barrel. Just like that. Alright, we're gonna buy some food and stuff. Can we just auto it? Probably not. Let's not do auto. Alright. So we've got a total of 110 space. I'm thinking 45, and then maybe we'll see how much money we have. A little bit of money. I want a little bit for repairs just in case. It's pretty expensive, and we don't have a lot of storage. But maybe if I bring like 5 lumber and 5 cloth just for emergencies, it might save my butt. I don't know if I'll actually need... oh, it's gunpowder. Never mind, I thought it was cloth. We don't need gunpowder. We'll go with 10 wood then. I was thinking of a different game where you have to bring cloth for your sails. Make sure you have some orange juice. Yeah, you actually can get lime and stuff for sailing across the seas. Alright, so we got... generally, there's ways of refilling your water if you run out, so food's kind of the most important. But we'll see how this goes. Alright, we'll be shoving off. We can sail for 40 days. Although we might be able to do a little bit better. Alright, so, crew. According to chat, and you can always trust chat, you can give them less than 100% food and they don't even care that much. And then that way we can sail a little bit longer. So, before we go out, I mean, you guys know where the Nile is, right? Just head to Alexandria. It's not like there's 12 cities called Alexandria. We're gonna put a save down, and we're just gonna sail. Just relaxing, sailing across the seven seas. Is it there? No, we're not using smart. I feel like I thought there was a button that would put up the wind and there we go. So this keeps track of like what's going on, although you can't see as much. R and L. But the L button just shows you your crew's like stats, food, water, all the various stats. And it looks like our morale is 100%, so that's good. But this side is kind of nice because you can try to angle through. So like the wind is blowing south at 2 knots, I believe it's knots, and the current is blowing or flowing northwards. Tells you how long you've been at sea too. Now there should be a way to go diagonal directions. In Uncharted Waters 1, you held L and R. There's probably a port to the south of us there that we missed because a ship came out of it. I'm not sure how to set up. If anyone in chat remembers the way to set up diagonal directions, you just let me know. And the wages actually just go to your whatchamacallit, your mates, your other captains. Oh, there should be a port on this island too. We'll just pick this up while we're here. There you go. We found Syracuse. They like to change some of the names between Uncharted Waters 1 and Uncharted Waters 2. I don't know why the 8%. I don't think it's unhappy for the 8%. I think that just means they're not very good at spotting land because they've only got 8% of their requested crew numbers or something like that. Which means you've got to be very close to your whatever you want to call it, the area you're looking for. Like you have to kind of skirt the edge of the land if you want to find a hidden village. Bam, we already got one. I probably should have had like 2 people or something on spotting. All right, welcome to a town. We could plunder them, but it's probably a bad idea. Let's go searching. We discovered the ruins of an ancient civilization already. Hooray! We found the Rosetta Stone. Black basalt slab bearing the same inscription in 3 languages. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, a simpler ancient Egyptian writing system, and Greek. That's it. That's all you need to do. You just need to find 1 treasure per town, basically. Usually, there's a little bit more work where you have to entertain them and do things, and sometimes giant krakens come and kill everybody, or some trees eat you or something. But for now, nice and easy. Alright, we'll stop by Alexandria and we'll head up the Nile. Also, that's right, you need to stop every so often to get your level ups, that's right. Where's the plunder? It's fairly dangerous to attack towns, especially with low. How is that helping him with his debt? Well, for getting that treasure. Oh, thanks, Alexandria. Thanks, Turks. What a great port. They're probably going to charge me extra, right? Yeah, it was 9 gold in Lisbon, right? At least they don't charge us for water. Let's leave it like that. We'll save a little bit of money. Alright, let's shove off. 33 days. That should be enough time to sail up the Nile, right? The Nile's not that long. It's not that long. It's like the 2nd longest river in the world or something. I didn't mean to open the menu. I could have found mummies. Good call, Lazarus. Oh, you can also do, like, you can look for stuff, right? Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking something else. Let's, what am I looking? I'm looking for a button. Here we go. This one. All right. I wanted to check my stats because we leveled up. So we are now level 5 in navigation. And we got 50, like, fame points, right? Pretty good. And then Camilo is level 4. And you do get, like, stat ups in your other stats, too. Like, the ones on the right, the attributes over there. So, pretty cool. Nile is the longest? I don't know. Maybe? I don't know how it competes with, like, the Amazon. The Amazon's pretty huge. So I'm assuming that we're going to find some cool towns down here. I don't know how far we'll have to go. One of the downsides of having a bad lookout is you have to, like, be very much adjacent to all the riversides. Or you'll just miss them if they're just, like, right there and we sail right by. I feel like in this game there are other rivers that take a lot longer to explore. The Wikipedia says R. Alright. Land ho! Hello, Tonic. Let's see what we can find in whatever village this is. There you go, fella. A good thing I had a couple extra crew member, right? Yeah. 4 members dead. It's just a crocodile. Just a Nile crocodile. A fierce amphibious predator armored with hard leather skin. The crocodile sometimes reaches a length of 20 feet. With its powerful jaws, it can rip into livestock animals and even humans with one bite. Now, I'm pretty sure there's only one discovery per village, so I think we can move along, but classic. So now, unfortunately, we, wrong button. We're down some crew. So yeah. I really need someone to be on lookout, not on combat. Ugh, that's not good. I need more people on nav. We're super slow. Come on, don't go onto combat. You punks! Why does nobody follow my orders here? So basically, the best I'm going to be able to do is down 60% navigation, because I can't move the combat person over. Well, that's going to slow things down a little bit. Next time we leave a real port, we're going to bring some spare crew. Because traveling slowly is not what I want to see. Oh, sounds good, Tonic. Lord of the Rings was pretty fun. I believe the Super Nintendo Lord of the Rings game was technically a sort of a port or a re-release of an older game on, like, the Commodore 64. Something like that. I think. I mean, that's what I've been told, but I have little proof. How are we doing for food? We got 27 days of food. You know, one benefit of having people eaten by crocodiles is the food will last longer. Oops. Alright, what do we get this time? We're much further up the Nile now. What do you think we can find down here? Another monster. Okay, maybe it's time to head back up north and recruit some more crew. It's just a pteranodon. It's a flying ankylo. A dark-colored bird whose bat-like wings measure 6 feet across. It's noted for its large beak and sharp teeth. 2 more people have been eaten. Cool. This is terrible. How are we? That's the wrong button again. Are we in Sudan? I don't know. I can't keep track. We're a long way up the Nile now. and they've got pterodons. How's our crew? We still got 4 people on navigation. It's fine. Now we can sail for much longer. We got 26 days of food now, even though we're sailing a little bit slower. Great weather for sailing. Just sailing up the Nile River. Isn't there like a pretty big waterfall somewhere around here? Like we're going into like Lake Victoria here. It's like a giant waterfall. Alright, so this is the end of this loop. There's probably a village here, and if I had more people on lookout, I wouldn't have to do this manual exploration, but I don't remember where all the villages are. And I could be wrong. There might not be any villages. Looks like this Ankylo doesn't remember where anything is. Alright, well, we got to the end of that line. We're gonna try to speed up the return trip a little bit. Just to keep things moving. Doo-doo-doo. Just sailing back down the Nile. Now, there was a split here. Let me just think here for a second. We got 15 days of food. We can make it, right? This is when we die. This is when the greed gets us. I'm like, let's go down this other branch with like 4 people on my ship. No, look how short it is. Now we can say we fully explored the Nile. There was nothing here anyway. Alright, that took a few extra days, but it's fine. Now all we gotta do is get back to somewhere with food, and we'll be totally fine. We actually have very little money, so... we have rats! What? That's bad. Now we have less food. But we're almost out. So, now... eat the rats. At this point, we might need something like that. On the plus side, we fully explored the Nile. On the downside, I've got very little crew and no money. And we gotta get all the way back to Portugal to get some money, basically. And yeah, Alexandria is not a huge fan of us. So we're out of food. Stupid rats. Now, I don't think I spend all my money here on food because it's expensive. I think I buy like a little bit of food and we can load up on water. But I think we'll be able to buy food cheaper if I make it to like Syracuse or something. And that'll save me a little bit of money. And I bet you 5 points of food will... Well, let's just save it just in case. But I bet you it's enough to get to Syracuse. The only downside is, you know, we're pretty low on... we got 1 day. What? Why would 5 food be 1 day? No, it's 5 days of food. It's the days is how long you've been at sea. That's all. That's all. We can make it. Come on, Syracuse isn't that far away. 2 days of food left. Please, sir. I'd like a little bit of food. That's good. Take all my money. And that's when the crew realized they had to resort to candles. Look, we're almost there. The currents and the wind are really not helping. I feel like any second now we'll run into Syracuse, which is important. Yeah, there. It's just up from here. Come on, ship. I went too far. Did I actually go too far? Dang it. I could have... I could have made it in time. Come on, guys. Roll the oars. We're almost there. Food is on the horizon. Look how close we are to food. We're fine. Oh! Nothing to worry about. We're here. We're in Syracuse. All right. How many crew survived? All the crew survived. The only crew we lost were the crew that got eaten by crocodiles and pterodons. You know, no one would have believed that there were actually pterodons out there in the world, so... There we go. Let's go recruit some crew and buy some food. And then we'll sail back to Lisbon. Did the croc successfully eat everyone? Probably. Mutiny on the horizon. Come on. I know a lot about seafarers. Would you be interested in my advice on the ship crew? We might need some advice, yeah. I thought you would. Have you ever used the assign crew command? I've tried. It is used to assign your crew to different tasks. Navigation is for ship handling, lookout is for watching the horizon, and combat is for battles. That's all you need to know. Assign your crew according to your objective. Isn't it easy? Ha 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 ha. Alright, we're gonna have to... Does any tough sailors want to join my crew? 12 men is more than enough. Don't ask where the other 6 men went. There we go. Look at that. We got our ship fully crewed again. I should probably refurbish it to add it to like 15 or 16 at some point. I think going down to 12 total bunks was a little bit over zealous. Of course, if we could ever just get people to stay off combat, I would be happier. But anyway, there you go. Now we're back up to full speed. This is how you learn to become an expert seaman. Exactly. The best of us will return from the adventures. Alright. How much food can I buy? Because this is it. I'm out of money now, basically. And it's this, I thought it'd be cheaper. I didn't actually fully buy food because I thought it'd be cheaper once we got away from Alexandria because the Turks hate us, but apparently it's the same price. Anyway, this should be enough for us to get back to Lisbon. 21 days. If I can't make it to Lisbon in 21 days with a full navigation crew, we should just put me out of my misery. Alright. Now we're rolling. Okay, hold on. There we go. We found Tunis. One day we'll sail through here with actual people on lookout, and we can just find everything. But there we go. We got Algiers, we got Tunis. I do think you get a little bit of fame for just finding the ports along the Mediterranean, but you get a lot more for those villages, basically, in the more secluded areas. Look at all those ships. That's probably a merchant fleet being protected by a war fleet. Because they do that sometimes. The AI likes to protect some of their merchants. Alright. Oh yeah, we got some more level ups. I forgot to double check after our Nile adventure what kind of levels we had. But I'm sure we got a little bit better at sailing. And that does speed up like our travel and all that. So if we have a look at our character... Is this his actual thing, finding villages? Aren't you supposed to find Joe? We talked about that already. We're just going to make up some stories. Look at that. We're level 8. Basically, just by traveling down the Nile, we got like from level 1 to 8. That was pretty effective. And our stats did go up a fair bit. So that's cool. And look at that. 150 fame. Better than 0. And then Camillo, he's level 8 as well. I'm not sure 100% why. Oh, first mate, right. There's positions you can assign NPCs to, and then they also get experience. But after, like, there's only so many positions you can assign them to, and then they need to be a captain to actually do anything. We haven't really made it very far on, like, recruiting people. Anyway, let's see what we get. How much money do you think we're going to get here? What have you discovered? Well, we discovered the Rosetta Stone, right? That was pretty cool. The Rosetta Stone? Then here is 2,500 gold. That'll pay for it, right? Alright. What else did we find? Well, we found these crocodiles. What is 4 men's value? It cost us 4 soldiers. 4 sailors. Ah, you discovered the crocodile. For that, I'll pay you 7,500 gold. Nice, nice. We're actually making some good profit here. What else have you discovered? We found a pterodon. Like, this is pretty awesome. Like, we thought these were extinct, right? This is literally a dinosaur just flying around in Africa. You discovered a pterodon. Here's 10,000 gold. Any rumors? Come to think of it, I've heard some say there's around 50 north, 0 west. That's northern England. We can head up that way next. Right? The Greenwich line goes right through Great Britain, right? So 0 east west would be straight along that vertical line, and 50 north has got to be somewhere around there. Nice to have a rumor. All right, well, we've got a little bit of money now, which is a nice change. Let's see. So we've got 7,500, 2,500, and 10,000. Like, we got like 20K. There you go. So each gold bar is worth 10,000 gold coins. So that's the trade-off. Also, we got a fair bit of fame for turning those in. That's pretty sweet. I wonder if 20,000 gold would be enough to get a better ship. Because, like, what I mostly want is to sail faster right now. So let's just have a look at, if we wanted a new ship, how much it would cost. Approximately. First, we'll look at the used ships, and then we'll have a look at how much it would cost to build a new ship. So we got brigantines, galleons, nose, and more galleons. I'm going to check the brigantines. So this guy, what? How much is it going to cost? 10,000 gold. So we could definitely afford a brigantine. In fact, you can probably argue him down a bit. I'm not very good at arguing, but you could probably get him a little bit lower than 10K. If we built our ship ourselves, we can go... This is what we currently got, a Caravella Latina. So a brigantine is kind of like one step up. You can see like the base movement speed is 75. So 90 turning and 75 movement versus... This is actually slower. The brigantine is actually a slower ship. Boo. Light galley. Ooh, that's fast. It's smaller. Also, bad in the high seas. That's probably a bad idea. We actually need a ship, because a lot of our discoveries are going to be either in Africa or in North or South America. So we're going to need to be able to actually get across the ocean. So light galley, probably bad idea. And balsa is probably even worse. Very popular 100 years ago. Hilarious. What about a galleon? Just for interest's sake. That's a Flemish galleon. It takes a lot of crew to sail it, if I remember correctly, because you actually row it. The brig has 2 masts? Yeah, that sounds right. The brigantine would be like one of the... I thought... It's maybe not quite large enough to cross the ocean traditionally, but just beginning of getting close. There's the Nile, which is more of a mid-size trading ship. We could go for these, the Nile. Like, the 85 movement speed is actually pretty good, because that's faster even than the brigantine. Yeah, because we're not really worried about combat. Turning speed doesn't matter as much, but movement speed is great because it saves us time. Assuming we could afford it, then now might be the way to go. It's got a lot more storage space. It'll take more crew, so it'll cost more in food, but might be worth it. And then the Carrack is a large trading ship. I think these guys are kind of sluggish. If you're focused on exploring, where's the guns? Yeah, we don't really need the cannons. You can also tell, like, the Carrack can hold 50 cannons. The Nile can hold 40 cannons. If you're trying to make combat ships, you might want more crew and more cannons. In fact, if you want a combat ship, I think you go Flemish Galleon. It's only got 30 cannons, but you can put a lot of crew on it to conquer, to capture other ships. Or you go somewhere else that has better ships. So, I'm kind of leaning towards the now. How much would a now cost? It's more money than we're gonna... We don't have the money for a now right now. We can't afford the now currently. Let's... Actually, just for interest's sake, I want to see how much we could argue him down. Because there is some haggling. So... Oh, I can't even offer enough. He's just gonna get mad. Okay, you can only offer what you actually have. Also then, let's just find out, just for interest's sake, for planning. If I wanted to just build one, which is generally what I prefer rather than buying them used, how much would it cost to get a cool... It's probably more expensive to get it new. You can get different hull types for different durability. We're kind of poor, so let's go cheap, right? It would cost 24k by default. I don't think he'll accept that much less. We're actually not too far off. That's interesting. We don't have the money yet, but maybe one more discovery round and we'll be able to upgrade to a now. Maybe. I think... We could also check the shop. Sometimes they... Oh, it's closed. It's too early. Open up. Some of these places have pretty interesting stuff, too, for us to buy. Oh, the new kid in town. I've been waiting to meet you. Under this gray head of mine is full of some useful information. The guild is a place where you can get hired to complete a mission. Successful completion will not only add to your gold, but increase your fame. If you fail, you'll lose the reward and your fame. So make sure you're able to complete it before you start. So theoretically, we could ask for a job to transport some goods. I don't care about that kind of stuff right now. Is the weapon shop open, please? Good. You think the now was the best choice? Yeah, I think so too, Tonic. I just don't have the money for it right now. But I think that's what I'm going to aim for, is buying a now. That'll be kind of my mid-range ship. It should last a fair while. So, quadrant... We actually don't have a quadrant right now. We have a sextant and a telescope, I think. Let me see. Oh, you can... I think if you go to sell, you can see your inventory. Yeah, we've only got a sextant and a telescope. What do you think a quadrant will do for us? It'll probably tell you your coordinates. So if we're trying to get to north 50, east 0, this might be the way to make it easier to get. Because it'll probably tell us our exact... If we're going to be a proper explorer, we got to have the tools. I know it's costing some money, but there you go. I'm not going to buy a rapier right now because we're just not going to get into combat. But there's a bank. Let's see if there's any other captains or whatever, some of their mates. I think they would be sitting somewhere else. Or no, maybe they'll sit here. Oh yeah, okay. So if they've got a star, that means they're currently in our crew. I think if they're above the star, they're like, you can't recruit them. Like if they're above your crew, your current crew, then you're gonna find that they're just, yeah, they're like official soldiers basically. Like you'll never be able to hire them. Basically, they're never gonna change. But if they're below your crew, if they're below the star crew, then you have a chance of recruiting them. Basically, that's what that's what we can start looking for if we want to expand our fleet. Basically, which we do want to recruit some more characters. And I think that's it. I guess there's the library. We can go look at the library and the other guild. Welcome to the Round Earth Society. So, how does this work? I don't even remember what it does. You can donate money, you can study, but I don't actually know what those do. Round Earthers, psh, who believes in that? So yeah, I don't really remember what the library does. It's been too long. I get the feeling you're a newcomer to the trade business. I can give you a pointer or two. We're not really going to do trading right now, but... The cardinal rule of trading is to buy low and sell high, make a big profit. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. First, find out the specialty in the area. Specialty goods are produced in high volumes, so they're usually cheap. Although, you're a greenhorn, play it cool and say no to the first price. Maybe I'll offer you a lower price, and that means a bigger profit. Finally, don't fill up your hole with goods if you don't have enough food. Smart traders always restock food as soon as they dock. That way they don't have to worry about it when they trade. There's nothing more foolish than throwing away your goods just to buy some food. I hope these tips will help you. And sometimes the people on the streets will help. Ha ha ha. You can also invest. This was something that was really cool in the first game. You could kind of manipulate the markets a little bit, and if you invested, you'd upgrade what ships you could build and what goods were sold at the town. It was actually a really neat mechanic. And there is the market rate, which means essentially as you sell more, the market gets like inflated, so the prices go down, so selling price goes down. But that means purchase price goes down too, so you can buy stuff at a slightly discount. But every time you buy, then the market inflates and the price goes up. So it's got a really cool mechanic for that. I was always a big fan of that kind of stuff in the first game. And until you get a tax-free permit, you have to pay 20% trade tax. Isn't that ridiculous? Anyway, we're not going to really be doing trading anytime soon, so I just figure I'd cover the very basics. That's pretty much it for our first little adventure. I'm going to take a little break. I think we're going to do one more adventure before we end the stream. But I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to end the episode. So future tubers, I mean, I may have split these up a little bit more, but this is the end of the first official recording. So I will see you next time.